Hello, I'm about to approve the writing competition and I wanted to show a few things. Let me go to SlateGrade. So again, the SlateGrade is an essay grading management platform and I logged in as an examiner. Okay, the way it works is that the examiner creates the competition. And then once the candidate submits the test, the examiner is responsible for management of the grading. So the examiner assigns the test or the submitted tests to graders. And in a previous recording, I showed you how this is done, okay? But all these are the submitted tests. Like I said, we only received 9 essays. I guess many people don't like English language. Um, so only 9 people submitted, and we're going to reward them for their effort. We're going to give the first person 50,000, second person 25,000, and the third person, I think 15 or 10,000, I can't remember. But basically, we're trying to pilot our system. We just designed this system. I believe this is the first essay grading platform in Nigeria. We're piloting it. We're trying to make sure it works so that users, teachers can grade assessments from home. You can do remote tutoring and use it for different things. If you can do all your assessments, homework, assignment from the comfort of your home or from your computer, and then it solves the problem. So this is why we designed and developed this system. So I have gone ahead and accepted some results. Like I said, I'm going to accept the higher score. 2 graders review it, and then I accept the higher score. And I try to make sure that the difference between the 2 scores are not significant, okay? Because if it's significant, it means there's a problem. So that's what we try to do to reduce the inter-rater variability, okay? And we've done that, but I want to show a few things here for this particular person. So we assigned this to, okay, here, let me accept 12. Again, this is what if you want to assign, you click here and you show all the graders that are available in the system, you select and then you assign, okay? That's how you assign to graders. So I'll close this out. Here, the previous grading that occurred, there was a discrepancy. This grader gave this person 18 and the second grader gave 10. So we had to go and retrain the graders, okay? We had to provide the rubrics or the marking scheme, train them again, and then told them to regrade. And they did. This time around, this person got 13 and this person gave 17. So I'm going to go and accept 17 because it's the higher score, but it shows you that we have a lot of work to do to figure out how to make scoring equal, okay? Because what it means is that if we don't find a way to reduce this inter-rater variability, then all the essay marking done in Nigeria, WAEC and any exam, NECO, it means that pass or fail may depend on who grades your paper. So these are some of the things you can demonstrate using this kind of system. And you can measure it and try to improve. Similarly, there was discrepancy between these two gradings, and we had to reassign it, and kind of reduced a little bit. So I'm going to accept this. Okay. And finally, this person, similar thing happened. There was a discrepancy before. We retrained the graders, and they graded. We reassigned it to them. I'm going to accept this, but before I do that, let me quickly show you how the grading interface looks like, so that you see what the graders see. So I'm going to click on View. Okay, this is the grading interface. Okay, so this is what the graders see. The graders don't see the name. It doesn't have the name. They see the question. This is the question. Okay, and they can say that the answer is valid if there are no problems with the essay. For instance, that we don't suspect any malpractice, we say it's valid. But for instance, moving forward, we're not going to accept anyone to write their names in the essay. If you write your name here at the end of the essay, we will disqualify you. There's somebody that wrote their name here, and I could have disqualified the person, but I said this is the first essay, so let me not disqualify them because we didn't inform them not to write their name. But moving forward, we're going to include that we don't want you to write your name, because we don't want the grader to see who they are grading for. Okay, and then this is the marking scheme. We give scores based on organization, development, sentence structure, word choice, and mechanics. Okay, so and each dimension is graded over 6. So the graders simply, we have the rubrics of the marking scheme that we provide to the graders, and they read it, and there's a description for the score of 2. It describes in detail how to score somebody a 2 or a 1 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 on organization, and the same thing for development, sentence structure, and so on and so forth. So this is what the graders see, and sometimes if they want to see the full screen, they'll click on that button so they can see the full screen, and then they enter the scores here. They move to next. In this case, this is only one question. And they can go back to the regular screen. And after grading, they can provide comments or remarks, as the case may be. Okay, so let me go back to this screen and accept the higher score here. I'm going to accept the higher score. So now these are only 5 essays, right? 5, and I've accepted all the scores. Okay. The next thing is I'll go to competitions, manage competitions screen, and you can see it says approve. So once I approve this, those that participated in the competition will see the result released to them. Okay, so expect results coming your way once I click this button right now. Okay, so this competition is now approved. You can see if a competition was expired or forcefully ended, you will see that it's expired. It wasn't approved. So these are competitions that expired without approval. Okay, so that is all for today. So expect me to post this video on our page. Thank you.